What is good with y'all, WJ gang? And I'm back again with another reaction for y'all, man. And as y'all can see by the title, today we finna be reacting to Guard Helps a Killer Inmate Escape Prison. Bro, that sound crazy as hell, bro. Hey, bro, she probably white too. Is she white? We about to see if she white, cause, bro, who would help an inmate escape, bro? Was that D that good, bro? Like, what? Bro. But anyway, we about to see what this video about, man. If y'all new to the channel, don't forget to smash that thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe for more reactions, man. Bro, we're not about to say much more. We finna get straight into this reaction, bro. Let's get it.
It's the 29th of April, 2022. CCTV.
Oh, that was recently too? 2022? Bro, that was about 2 years ago. 1 year and a half-ish. About to be 2 years. Cause 2022, it depends what month it happened at, but that was recently, y'all. Hey, bro, what is you doing as a police officer guard helping inmates escape? Why are you helping inmates escape, bro? Like, what? You got no business doing that.
Records prison supervisor Vicky enter through a back door.
Oh, Vicky, bro. Vicky from Fairy Odd Parents. She over here helping people escape, bro. So what she got going on?
It's the 29th of April, 2022. CCTV records prison supervisor Vicky enter through a back door. Half a minute later, she comes back out with a prisoner. Casey White, a 6'9" giant of a criminal.
Bruh. Cum must have been dropping down hard, y'all. Like, no way.
What do you mean by that?
Bruh, what is she doing helping this man escape? And he's 6'9", bruh. He was a giant.
Serving 75 years for attempted murder. They quickly leave in the car as police scramble to make sense of the situation. Vicky, a prison supervisor with a 2-decade-long career and perfect record, just disappeared.
Vicky, like she got her screws loosed up in the, you feel me? Vicky don't look right in the head, like them screws are loosed.
With a dangerous criminal. Police assumed that she was forced or manipulated into helping him escape. But that's when new evidence came to light, showing that she might have planned the entire thing. As a nationwide manhunt began, police would realize the rabbit hole went deeper than anyone expected, leading them down a dark path, ending with Vicky found dead, with a bullet in her head.
What?
Stay with her! Vicky!
Wait, what?
In her head. A path ending with Vicky found dead, with a bullet in her head. Vicky, stay with her!
I was saying it, bro. Vicky, them screws is loosed.
Vicky! It's April 29th, 2022, and prison
April?
officer...
So that, yeah, that, like I said, that was not long ago. April 29th of 2022. That's about probably a good 2 years, you feel me? Because we already passed April 2024, so yeah, 2
Vicky
years,
has just told her work colleagues that she's taking a prisoner to a psychological evaluation at a local courthouse. But something isn't right, as she's transporting the prisoner alone, despite rules mandating prisoners must be escorted by 2 officers at a time. But because of her senior position as a supervisor, nobody stops her. And it would be 6 hours before police realize that Vicky and the prisoner are never coming back.
Whoa.
Desperate for clues, police start looking into the man that Vicky escaped with. It was Casey White, a man serving 75 years in prison for domestic violence, home invasion, murder, and brutally attacked.
Oh yeah, bro, put him back in jail. Vicky, why you helping somebody like that escape? Why the Vickies always evil, bro? I gotta keep an eye on these Vickies, cause, bro, never will I ever name my daughter Vicky, bro. That's just a crazy name, bro. Vicky. Like, Vicky.
Attacking a man with an axe. But there was one crime that stood out to police even more. 7 years prior to this, Casey had abused and manipulated his then-girlfriend to a point where she tried to escape from Casey's vicious hands. After they successfully made it to
So what it sounded like is this man was a narcissist and a manipulator and a lot of other stuff. You feel me? So females, stay away from those type of guys. You get what I'm saying? Because y'all be thinking y'all want somebody like that until, yeah, y'all don't want them for real.
Casey would break into the house with 2 guns and full intent to murder them both.
Wow.
Luckily, they both escaped and survived his vicious attack. But that's when Casey fled the scene and began a series of carjackings across several states, until finally getting into a tense standoff with multiple police officers.
Casey, put the gun down. Let me see your hands, man. Put the gun down, Casey. Put the gun down, buddy. Casey, put the gun down.
So that's when they got caught. So they got caught, and now Casey acting all, well, no, I'm tripping. I'm guessing this is a whole nother story, y'all, because who is Casey now?
Relax a little bit. Go get that horse and tell her to watch this. Hey, Casey. Casey. Yes, sir. I will get you a son.
Oh, I'm tripping, y'all. So Casey is the guy that we seen, which is the prisoner himself. Okay. Fast forward now. They are at Casey's, I guess, wherever he was living at. Okay, so they at Casey's house. Casey and them was living at, with his girlfriend. The officers pulled up on him, I guess, and he an abuser, y'all, and he be hitting on women. So they try to take that boy to jail, and I guess he murdered somebody already. We don't know if he did yet, but they try to take that boy to jail. So anyway, I guess that's the officers trying to take Casey to jail. Cause I was kind of confused for a minute. I was like, what's going on here? Like, the dude did say it was an incident from 2015, so that's what we're looking at.
If you'll be still, just be calm. You know, you got no more. Go ahead. No, you ain't got. You got that fucking man.
It's unusual, but the cops rolled a drink and a pack of cigarettes towards Casey, hoping this would calm him down and avoid a shootout. Miraculously, this actually worked, and the cops were able to move in and make an arrest. His interrogation gave cops an even clearer view into just how insane this man was.
I've been saying where just a killer ever since. I couldn't wait no longer. I had to do it tonight.
You regret it.
Wow, bruh. You is a psycho, bruh. I feel like people like that, they really be like not themselves. You get what I'm saying? So it's really like a perpetrator portraying them. If you get what I'm saying, y'all. But them boys don't be themselves for real. Had to sip some water, cause sheesh, bro. That's all he be thinking about probably 24/7 is murder, bro. Look at him, bro. He look like that's all that's on his mind. He don't think about nothing else, bro. Like, boy, get you some help, man. Get you some help.
Tonight.
I didn't kill him.
Nah, check on Casey, bro. He's not okay. Literally, he's not himself.
He's now had a clear picture of who Vicky just helped escape prison. But how does Vicky fit into all of this? She worked.
I know exactly how that boy and Vicky fit into all of this, okay, y'all? Because Vicky is an evil ass person, an evil ass name, and she looks evil. And he, what's his name, Casey, is also an evil ass person. Y'all, sorry for my language, but yeah, he's an evil person, and they go together. Two evil people go together, bro. And believe it or not, Casey, she know what she was doing. She probably was getting, yeah, she was getting that down at the prison cell. I ain't gonna lie, cause you know when you know the spot for real, she's a supervisor. When you know the spots for real, you know the spots where the cameras be at, where the cameras don't be at. So her knowing the spots where the cameras be at and don't be at, they was getting down in that prison, no lie.
At a completely different prison, and there's no plans for Casey to ever see outside these walls again. Well, 1 year later, Casey confessed to a murder, resulting in him being moved to a different prison. This kicked off a series of events that would eventually result in Vicky's death. The murder that Casey confessed to was a 4-year-old's cold case. It's unclear why Casey owned up to it now, but he was able to give specific details that nobody but the killer could have known. And after a short trial, he was quickly transported to a new prison, the same...
Hey, man. Nobody will never know why he told that story, but if the case was 4 years old, he really didn't have to say nothing for real, but we don't know what possessed him to say something. That's probably the spirit of the Heavenly Father that made him admit to what he has to say, because yeah, bro, when you doing evil stuff like that, all that stuff, it stays in you, bro, and you gotta like really get that out of you.
One where Vicky worked. Vicky is 56 and has been divorced for several years and put her heart and soul into her job. She was a model employee and popular among her colleagues, but her life had become boring and lonely. She wanted to change, and when Casey showed up, that's exactly what she got. They slowly began to talk more and developed a connection. They bonded over their shared last name and began to think that they were destined to be together. She started coming in on her days off and was noticeably happier. Despite having a great life on paper, Vicky had become enchanted by her feelings for Casey and was...
Nah, yeah. Like I said, but they probably had a whole little relationship with her, you feel what I'm saying? All she see is a 6'9", well, whatever her type is, because I'm pretty sure that's not a lot of people type, but that's probably her type. They look like they go together, so I'm not even gonna lie, no offense. They look like they go together, y'all. But like I was saying, I feel like once they start talking and, you know, she divorced, so she looking for somebody, you know what I'm saying? Either if it had to be somebody where I work at, okay, cool. And that's exactly what she said. Like, she got right with that boy Casey at the workhouse, and yeah, bro, they got the mangling and tangling, you know what I'm saying? Stuff happens, so feelings got caught. Y'all, she definitely need that boy desperately, bro. Desperately, I say. She got that boy.
Ready to throw it all away.
Crazy, y'all. Let's go back a few minutes real quick.
Off and was noticeably happier. Despite having a great life on paper, Vicky had become enchanted by her feelings for Casey and was ready to throw it all away to be with a dangerous criminal. But how can this happen? Well, it turns out it's not as rare as you might think. Some people are attracted to dangerous people. They know they could kill them at any moment, but feel special knowing that they choose not to. On top of that, Vicky had started to feel trapped in her day-to-day life and as though she had nothing to live for. If she could make a break with Casey, it'd at least be exciting, even if it did mean throwing everything away. While Casey was serving at Lauderdale, Vicky allowed him unrestricted access to parts of jail that prisoners aren't normally allowed to see, including areas that aren't covered by security cameras. Many speculate this is where the pair were intimate with each other and formed their plan to escape. Even at this point, Vicky still had no idea that this would turn out to be the worst mistake of her entire life. 3 days before their escape, they decided to do a test run after Vicky told her colleagues that Casey had an appointment with a judge at the courthouse. Of course, there was no appointment, and they just sat in her patrol car for 9 minutes before returning. But now they know this works, and they're ready to make preparations for the real thing. 2 days before their escape, they're spotted on camera passing notes. It's thought that this was them discussing the final part of their escape plan, but by the time this footage was discovered, it was already too late. By April 29th, 2022, everything was in place, and they're ready to make their escape. As Vicky holds a senior post at the prison, she has certain powers that she's about to take advantage of. She arranges to send 12 inmates and 5 deputies to court on the day of the escape, leaving her as the last remaining officer in the prison with transport privileges. She then tells her bosses that Casey has to be taken for a mental health evaluation. Looking at the surveillance footage, it's clear something was up. Vicky has her firearm with her, something that is strictly forbidden inside the prison walls. She's also walking in front of Casey instead of behind him, showing she trusts him not to harm her. By helping Casey to escape, esteemed prison officer Vicky has thrown everything she had away, and in one pivotal moment has become a criminal.
Vicky's always been a good girl. I went to school with. It's got to be other people involved, and Vicky's just a scapegoat. You knew her, you loved her.
I feel like if she had anything to do with it, it was definitely love.
Vicky and Casey casually walk out of the prison into a patrol car and drive away to freedom. It took 6 hours before anyone noticed they're missing. When the prison calls the courthouse to see what's taking so long, they're told that there is no appointment, and they come to the horrible realization that Casey has made a break for freedom. To evade the authorities, they quickly ditch the patrol car and flee the state, and the cops now have no clue where they are, where they're going, or how to find them, marking the start of an 11-day manhunt that will span the nation. On day 1 of Vicky and Casey's escape, the cops try to find clues at Vicky's home, but she's nowhere to be seen. In fact, she doesn't even own the house anymore. As part of her plan, she sold her house for extremely cheap. With the money, she bought vehicles, guns, and most suspiciously, men's clothing. This is the first indication the cops have that Vicky doesn't intend on coming back and is ready to start a new life with Casey. Things don't get any better for detectives when the patrol vehicle they used—
Bro, she sold her house for $95K just to be with this criminal, like. Bro, hey, bro, she was definitely ready to mingle. Like, she been single for a little minute though, cause she was married at first, but when that single, it hit different. And you find somebody that you attracted to, you were finna do anything, man. You willing to do anything, you feel me?
To escape is found abandoned at a local shopping mall. And even worse, there's no surveillance footage covering that area of the parking lot. So they used to escape is found abandoned at a local shopping mall. And even worse, there's no surveillance footage covering that area of the parking lot, so they don't even know which direction they went. But on day 2 of the manhunt, a tip-off from her family blows this case wide open, as it's revealed Vicky has been renting a storage unit. Police are able to locate the storage unit and discover that she was renting it with a burner phone. But despite their best effort to track this new number, the cops came up with nothing. But the existence of this new phone is the first solid evidence that cops have showing Vicky planned this all along and was actually a willing participant instead of a hostage.
You get the sense they were actually moving this together. He was not forcing her in any way. Right, no, he was not forcing her. It was a mutual relationship.
You'd think that this would help the investigation, but things only get more insane and confusing from here on out. After realizing that they're essentially back to square one, the cops return to the shopping mall where they found the abandoned patrol car and decide to comb through all the surveillance footage from the days leading up to the event. That's when they spot Vicky a few days before the escape, parking a car in a nearby parking lot. And this isn't her usual car either. It's one she bought only a couple days earlier, a 2007 Ford Edge that the cops quickly realized had to be their getaway vehicle. But when police went back to the parking lot and the supposed getaway vehicle was still there, they realized that Vicky had left a decoy. Police—
Wow. She's smart, fool. Like, she got an actual car and then she had a decoy, bro. Like, wow. They really planned this, like, planned this. This not no little, oh, let's just get away, you feel me? Let's just ditch the jailhouse and just go, you feel me? She planned this, like, literally sat down for probably months, who knows, years, planned this.
Had just lost their only clue, while giving Vicky and Casey a 5-day head start. But since they abandoned the Ford, the cops assumed that they have to have found another vehicle in the area, and lo and behold, they quickly picked up another lead. A homeowner nearby told them he sold his Ford F-150 pickup truck to a man who approached his house on the day Vicky and Casey went missing. That man is described as being around 6 feet, 9 inches tall, and looked exactly like the picture he was shown. Now all they have to do is find that Ford F-150 and bring this manhunt to an end. And thanks to another lead, they're closing in. On day 6, the owner of a car wash in Indiana noticed something strange. A Ford F-150 had been parked in one of the cleaning bays for an unusual amount of time, and he suspects this vehicle has been abandoned. Unfortunately, this is before a search was initiated for the truck, but something's still not right. This pickup truck is far too nice to have been dumped by anyone sane. and the owner quickly grew suspicious. In order to find out, he checks out the car wash surveillance footage, and what he finds will help the cops finally capture their two fugitives. That's Casey getting out of the pickup, and he's acting very strangely. He's waiting for Vicky, and she's in that car driving just out of shot. When Casey gets in the new vehicle, leaving their pickup and driving off, the owner knows they're up to no good and calls 911.
There's a truck been sitting in my bay since yesterday at 3 o'clock. I looked at my cameras and the guy kind of suspicious. It's a Ford F-150 four-door truck. It's blue in color. It's got...
Man, that boy, that boy gave the officers all the leads they needed right there. I ain't gonna lie, it would be a lot of witnesses out here, bro. Like, and some of them be willingly ready to like say anything for real, for real.
Let's see license plates on it. And I've got him on camera.
The next day, cops arrive at the car wash and initiate a search of the truck.
The return to the Dodge.
With nothing to go off of, the cops quickly leave the scene and the pickup is towed away. It takes 4 days for this vital lead to get back to detectives, but when it does, they drop everything and head straight to Evansville on day 10 of the hunt. They're due to arrive at the car wash at 9 a.m., but fail to show up on time, frustrating the car wash owner so much that he takes matters into his own hands and calls the local press.
So then, 9:30, they're not here. So I said, I get on the phone to Fox News. I said, y'all want a story? Yeah, we like a story. He said, I got one. But I got a convict over at my car wash. I got him on camera. He said, you talking about the one in Kentucky? I said, no, I'm talking about the one in Alabama with the girl. He said, okay, we'll be right there. They showed up.
Bro, Cole trying to make the headlines for real, bro. He was ready to say every and anything. Yeah, I guess he was keeping up with the story, y'all. So when that boy seen everything that's going on and knew that was a suspect, yeah, he like, let me call Fox News. Let me try to get on the headlines, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a fugitive. I'm not saying it's called snitching because he is a fugitive, you know what I'm saying? Like a murderer. And I don't think murderers should be out there like just walking free, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, bro, white man was ready to say it all, y'all. Let's get it.
They got there 10 minutes before the marshals.
U.S. Marshals arrive during the media frenzy, and when they take a look at the surveillance footage, they realize they found the car Vicky and Casey could still be driving, a Cadillac, and one that Vicky and Casey think is completely unknown to the cops. It seems like their days on the run are numbered, but even with the leads they have, they come up with nothing, and the cops are starting to realize their fugitives could be anywhere in the country. But as it turns out, they're closer to home than anyone thinks. Back in Evansville on day 11, a cop is on his way home from a long shift when he sees a familiar-looking vehicle parked outside a Motel 41. It looks like the same Cadillac from the car wash, and he hastily takes down the license plate. Problem is, the license plate of the Cadillac seen at the car wash was never seen, so they have no way of knowing if it's the same vehicle. But they do have the license plate of the recovered F-150, so grasping at straws, they decide to run that through their license plate reader, and when they do, they strike gold. Several traffic cameras have picked up the F-150, and following it in nearly every shot is a Cadillac. A Cadillac whose license plate perfectly matched the one at Motel 41 right in front.
Wow, y'all. Hey, when them boys get to investigating, bro, they really get to investigating, y'all. Cause I ain't gonna lie, them boys put 2 and 2 together and they solved this case. Like, wow, bro, look at that.
By sheer luck, the cops have found their fugitives. All they have to do now is bring them in. First, deputy marshals find strategic positions around the motel. They're all in plain clothes and unmarked vehicles, hoping to be as covert as possible. But while the cops surround them, Vicky and Casey are in room 150 watching the TV in horror right as the discovery of the Ford F-150 hits the news. plans. The plan was to bring Vicky and Casey in quietly, but before they get a chance to put their plan into action, Vicky walks out of the hotel room and throws a bag into the Cadillac. She's followed by Casey, and even though they're in disguise, there's no mistaking Casey White's massive frame. Casey gets behind the wheel, and the Cadillac takes off. The cops' plan has been completely foiled once again, but they've got a backup. They're going to follow them and try to box them in to avoid a confrontation, but before they get a chance, they realize they've been spotted. Casey turns onto US Highway 41 and hits the accelerator, taking the cops on a chase across traffic and through parking lots until he manages to make a break for freedom by driving straight through an open field. At around the same time, police dispatch receives a call from none other than Vicky herself, and it gives you an idea of how terrifying this chase really is.
Airbags are going on. Get out,
A police vehicle forces Casey to drive straight into a ditch, and this pursuit is brought to a sudden halt. But it's far from over, as cops know the pair are armed and could open fire at any point in some kind of Bonnie and Clyde inspired shootout.
Let's go. Any crash out?
Whoa, bruh. Oh my God. Who did they crash with? Now the police ran that Cadillac over, bruh. Sheesh. And then they fell in a ditch, it looks like. But wow, bro. That couldn't have ended well. Let me see what happened next. That's the whole ditch.
She says that's the best woman in the world right there. Please, that's the best woman in the world. Vicky, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry, baby. Anybody in this world don't deserve it. She don't. When she's herself, it hit me. But y'all ain't gonna believe me. I'm gonna say I killed her. Just like y'all say I killed everybody else.
Finally, after 11 days, the manhunt has come to an end, and they've got Casey unharmed in handcuffs. But Vicky met a much more devastating end. Just 2 weeks ago, she was an upstanding member of society, an esteemed prison officer respected by those around her. Now,
wait, she shot herself, it looked like?
she's a fugitive, laying in a criminal's stolen car, conscious, but with devastating injuries.
I gotta break this sucker up here. You go in? Well, I think we can at least reach in and get the gun. It might be easier to windshield.
Whoa, bro. Them boys, like, by the time they get her, she's gonna be dead. Like, why y'all ain't, bruh? I understand y'all taking precaution because she has a gun, bro. But hey, man, I don't even know what to say because she is a fugitive at this point. Them boys don't really care what happens to her at this point. You feel me? At all, like, wow.
It's opening. It's opening. You got me? Yeah. I'm gonna go for the gun first. All right, pull me out. I got it.
She's been shot in the head, and Casey claims she took her own life. When cops get a better look, they find her finger is still on the trigger of the gun. Later that day, Vicky was pronounced dead in a nearby hospital. We'll never really know what the two had planned for their life together after their escape. Whether they wanted to go off the grid and settle down, or live the rest of their lives on the run. Well, it turns out, Casey never planned to keep Vicky around at all. He described her as a liability, and someone that didn't have the mind for this sort of thing. It's likely that she would have been ditched shortly after this point, or killed by Casey anyway, as he was found guilty of first-degree prison escape and sentenced to life behind bars. He'll be 98 years old before he gets a chance at parole, so this terror of a man will likely be off the streets until the day he dies.
Yep. Wow, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this reaction, y'all. Let me know if y'all enjoyed the reaction. If y'all made it this far, don't forget to smash that thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe for more reactions. Also, comment down below what kind of reaction y'all like to see me react to next. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. On the road to 5K subscribers, y'all. I know y'all could do it, man. Keep sharing the video, and I'll keep dropping more videos for y'all. And yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next reaction. Peace.